Mr. Work Smarter, and welcome to another Work Smarter talk show episode. So I'm here with the lovely Ofune. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. You can correct me if you want. She just done a talk at Yale University to students, and I thought I'd grab her for a few minutes just to talk about how she managed her time, because I was really impressed with her story. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, I'm going to leave her to talk about what she does, but she's a very, I think, a very successful entrepreneur. She's taking that jump of not relying on a job and actually doing something that she's passionate about and running a business. So yeah, please let them know what you do.
Hi everyone. As you said, my name is Ofune and I run a beauty tech brand called Swatches. It essentially is a platform that allows people, beauty lovers of darker complexions, to find the makeup that works for them. And this is through social media and a mobile app that we launched about a year ago. And so yeah, that's the bulk of what I do, is trying to create content that speaks to this audience and help them feel empowered in their makeup journey.
Thank you for that. And I'll have details below on the comment section. So my first question to you is, what is your morning ritual? Talk to me.
Well, I'll be honest, I'm not a morning person,
Okay.
and so it's pretty much non-existent because I'm probably sleeping. Because I think the beauty of working for yourself is that you create your own schedule. So I'm someone that would rather work until 4 a.m.
Wow.
and sleep in until 10, 11 than work. And especially being on the East Coast, you have a little bit of a luxury because the West Coast isn't even up really until 12. So I don't really feel compelled to be up at 8, 9 a.m. unless I have a meeting or a shoot or something like that. So if I am up, I need coffee. I'm a coffee lover. I need to go get, right now on the East Coast I like Starbucks, but I'm from the West Coast, so I have a special coffee place, pour over fancy coffee that I like. But definitely I need a coffee. Apple juice to go with that coffee. Coffee very acidic. Yeah. You didn't know. So and like a light, something like an oatmeal or a banana. And my job is social media, so I kind of like, even though it's my job to do it, I do kind of just spend the morning just looking through feeds and seeing what's happening, what's the news, so I'm informed. And so that's kind of what I do, I guess, when I wake up. It might be in the morning, it may not be in the morning, but I got coffee, I get breakfast, and kind of just go through any news, anything that's going on, so I can kind of be informed.
Okay, cool. Going on to that social media point, social media can be a distraction. I know it's part of your job. Do you ever get into the habit of sometimes just looking at things that are not really relevant to your business and you just spend hours and hours on it?
Yeah, definitely. I think even though it's my job, it can definitely be a distraction because I have made it a point to separate my personal social media accounts from my brand. And so I can be on my personal, social account talking about something completely beauty related, on Facebook looking at who got married last week, looking at someone's baby shower pictures. I think it's definitely a valid point. I think it's just, giving yourself a quick timer, okay, I'm gonna look at 10 more pictures on Instagram, 3 more articles, or just I like numbers, so I'm just okay, 10 more, and I'm done. So that's kind of how I cut myself off.
Fantastic. And do you have any bad habits though?
Social media?
Or
just in general? Some people could think sleeping in is a bad habit. I think they're just people that just believe that you should just wake up early because it's just, you should just do that.
Yeah, and it's funny you talk about that, and sorry to interject, but everyone thinks that if you wake up at 5 a.m. it makes you more productive.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, even if I wake up early, I find myself actually doing real work 4, 5, 6 p.m. I've always been a night kind of person. So for me, it's just not productive for me to wake up at 8 a.m. and be groggy until 12. But as far as bad habits, I'm trying to think. I know there's probably a lot. I think sometimes, I guess planning my day, I sometimes get caught up in one thing when I plan to do multiple things. So because you make your own schedule, I can say to myself, okay, I'm gonna look at emails from 10 to 12. I'm gonna do strategy work from 12 to 1. But sometimes maybe the emails will take 3 or 4 hours and I can't cut myself off. Or sometimes the social media aspect will take more than I want. And so a bad habit of mine, I think, is getting too engrossed in one thing and not really taking the time to divide my day out. I think that's something that I personally need to work on to make sure that every aspect of the business is getting its fair attention.
Okay. Does any aspect of your planning involve a to-do list?
I like lists, but I think that there is, and I'm still looking for this, there are productivity tools that make lists more useful, like Trello or any of these.
Asana.
I've heard of it. Evernote is something that a lot of people use. So I tried those, but then sometimes I feel like it's more useful if you're collaborating. For me, I'm like a pen and paper. I think it's easier for me to have a notebook, write it down, check it off. It makes me feel complete when I can actually physically, strike it off.
Yeah, that's a great feeling.
That makes me feel better than dragging it to the done pile in my Trello. So I typically will, even whether it's just if I have a certain amount of products I want to, shoot that day or whatever, or if I, want to get a certain amount of things done, it's more useful to get my notebook out. I have tons of notebooks, just write it down.
I'm with you on that. A to-do list pad is just a great feeling of knowing. You read a list and you actually tick it off. And
you see progress.
And it pushes you on to actually get other things. And maybe you've got 5 things you need to get done. You get 4 of them. You're like, let me get it complete.
And if you don't, then you're like, dang, I have all these things still on my list. So I definitely think for me and tradition, I think I'm a paper person in general. I still like to read print magazines. I like having notebooks still, even though I still have notes in my phone. I just like feeling, and especially I think because my job is mostly online, so it's nice to bring yourself out of that mode and actually write something down and look at pages and get off the computer.
Yeah. Cool. And my next question is, what's been your craziest 24 hours?
Well, my craziest 24 hours is probably not even as an entrepreneur per se. I interned in fashion for a summer and some change. And anyone that works in fashion knows that it's pretty crazy. And so I can say that I remember I was doing, helping backstage at a shoot where I was working for the shoot up until 12 a.m., woke up 3 or 4 hours later, got dressed, got there, had to be both assistant, jewel holder for a rapper, just
must be a big chain as well.
Yeah, it was literally I was holding gold chains, the girl in what's the movie, the Eddie Murphy movie, Coming to America. I was which gold chain today, and dressing models, literally putting their clothes on, and so I feel just that whole experience and just doing that with no sleep and doing so many different, roles in a day, but kind of being not a bottom feeder, but nobody, you make everything work, but nobody really notices that you're there.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the craziest. Just the jewels thing stood out for me, because I was if I drop, I'm very clumsy. I do have a picture of it. I'm very clumsy. It was bad. It was fabulous. So I'm very clumsy, and I was if I drop these, my boss is gonna kill me. He had a bodyguard. There's a bodyguard of the jewels or the jeweler or whatever. Yeah. He's gonna kill me. I was just so nervous about holding this person's diamond chains in my hand.
And you couldn't put it down?
I can't move. No, because everyone else is too good to hold it, because they're I'm not holding, I'm not an assistant, and I was the assistant, so I'm I guess I'll hold it, while they're getting everyone styled and dressed. So it was definitely.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my last question is, what's your most valuable or most useful productivity tool? It could be a website, it could be an app, it could be a software.
I would actually say my email tool helps me actually be. It's so simple, but it really helps me be productive. I think it's called Unibox or something. And the reason why it helps me be productive is because building a brand that's outside of yourself, you have a lot of different, you have a lot of different heads. So I have a personal email, my personal blog email, my Swatches email, info versus my actual name. You want to thread out all the, inquiries with actual personal requests directly to you. And so having Unibox helps you not only combine all your emails in one place, but it sorts by person instead of by date. So if you've corresponded with someone on a different email, then you can know, like you can see the thread. So I don't know, for me, it's a different way of thinking about email, and it also kind of helps me keep my contacts in order.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just helps me a lot.
And I guess it helps you know who's this, because you know who's the serious people to get back to you. So you're like, hey, this person's emailed me, I know I need to respond to that person.
Yeah.
And the other person, unfortunately, you have to prioritize things.
Yeah, and sometimes too, like it kind of keeps me in check because I'm like, oh, this person actually emailed me on this other channel about this other thing, and so it's like sometimes you kind of can get lost in email, especially like when it's by date, like in a Gmail. But when it's by person, it kind of also helps you prioritize because you're like, oh, an email just came in from this person, instead of I just got an email at 12:06, and you see the headline, but you're not sure what it's about. So it kind of helps me be like, okay, I know this person is emailing me for something important, or ooh, I got an email from this brand, let me check out what they're saying. So yeah.
Oh, thank you for that. I've actually never used it. I'm actually going to check out that tool.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
hopefully it's not only Mac. I hope it's on both.
Well, make sure you get a Mac.
I have a Mac, so,
yeah.
And I hope that's a name. If it's not, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
I think it's
we'll double check.
box.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Well, once again, thank you for taking out time to join the show, and I know people are going to find this episode very useful. Take care, and remember to work smarter.